So hello everyone. Welcome to this another video of this channel. I'm Abhishek Verma and today we are watching the last video of 2024 in which we are going to discuss what we did this year, what went well, what didn't went well and what we are going to do in the next 2025. So without wasting any more time, let's directly get started and see how the video goes. So first of all, let's start with the playlist. So this year, the very first playlist which we were actually continuing, so we didn't started it, but we were continuing from the previous 2023 was the Hibernate. So Hibernate, I will say, is such a framework which most of the developers tend to ignore because they feel that in most of the projects they need to make usage of Spring or Spring Boot only, and more basically when we want to interact with the database they feel that okay, we will be making usage of Spring Data JP. But the point they miss is that even in Spring Data JP at the backend we are making usage of Hibernate only. So in case you want to interact with the database, so believe me, that particular Hibernate playlist is one of the best playlists which can help you. Then once it was completed, we started with the Spring part. And with the Spring, I would say that in my channel, you will find the most basic playlist which can ever exist for Spring and the Spring Boot. Because here, first of all, we started that how the Spring looks like. Why do we basically need Spring when we are already having Java with us? What are the basic terminologies, what is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot, which one you should go for, and I guess almost each and everything we discussed. Now the point is that in itself Spring Boot is very big. Yeah. So because of that particular reason, in the first playlist which I started, there the main focus was on the basic terminologies, and hence I call it as Spring Basics with Spring Boot. So once we did it, and hence we completed the same. The interesting part is that at end of this particular playlist, we created a capstone project also, that we call it as Pakistan. Now why it is important, I will tell you very soon. But once this series was completed, then we started with the next series, that is Spring Data JP. Now this series was basically more towards interacting with the database. But the point is, in order to start with this particular playlist, you need to be sure about Spring Basics with Spring Boot as well as with the Hibernate. Because here, what I say is that most of the things I call that as magic. And what happens behind the magic, that was already covered in the previous playlist. Now, I would like to bring out one of the comments here, and that comment was that okay, Abhishek, most of the time you are just reading the code. But believe me, guys, that was not the case. Because in that case, person was also asking me that okay, you should have at least explained about the entity manager factory and all these things. But the point is, why should I be explaining those things in the playlist of Spring Data JP? I already mentioned you that Spring Data GP is an advanced series. The entity manager part, entity manager factory part has been already covered in detail from scratch in the Hibernate playlist already. Yeah. So many times it happens that you directly land up in one of the videos of my channel. And then believe me guys, what happens is that whatever is shown in the thumbnail, you will always find exactly the same thing in the video itself. So if the thumbnail says that in this video we are going to discuss, let's say about query annotation in Spring Data JP. So we are going to discuss that thing only. I cannot discuss about the basics of that particular technology. Let's say I cannot discuss about entity manager factory. Because otherwise, if we will start going in that much detail, then someone will say that okay, in this video you didn't explain us what are beans, or then someone will come and say that okay, in this video you didn't told us what is a collection framework, or then even can someone tell us that okay, in this video you didn't explain us how to write hello world in Java. Yeah? So I mean, try to understand my point. So every video is going to focus on one particular point only, and because of that particular thing only, our playlists are that much big. So the Spring Basics with Spring Boot, if we say, So that playlist was, I guess, around 20 videos. Then Spring Data JPA was around 13 videos. Yeah. And same way, our upcoming playlists also are going to be on the same pattern. So almost in every playlist, we are going to cover a particular part of that particular brick framework. Yes. One interesting part is that all these playlists are actually linked with each other because of the same Pakistan application here. Because you see, in Spring Basics with Spring Boot, we made the Pakistan, that was our capstone project, without a database. Then at the end of Spring Data JPA, we announced the same Pakistan project, but with the help of database. So in the real world also, we are going to do the same things only. And with this, let me come on to the next topic. The next topic is the real world projects. So most of the time, what I get comment is that you should be making videos related to real world projects. But I want to ask from you guys only that what do you feel, what is a real world project? Now, if you will say me that okay, for us, real world project means cloning a Facebook application or cloning WhatsApp or cloning Amazon, believe me, that is not a case. So let's say that you are a kid and you are going to the school for the very first time. It can be the nursery class or it can be the kindergarten class or maybe sometimes even the play school. Okay, so whatever it is, consider that scenario. Now, at that point of time, what if your parents tell the teacher that, okay, we want our child to know how to write novels? So, directly teach us or directly teach our child how to write novels. Now, what do you say? Doesn't it sounds a little crazy that, okay, you are just a kid who is going to the school for the very first time and your parents directly want you to write a novel or a book. So believe me, it's the same thing when most of you tell me that we don't know anything about Java, but we want to create a real world project. Believe me, there is no benefit of it. I mean, many times, see what happens is that even not, I won't say as a fresher, but even many times other people also who are having 2 years of experience or let's say 3 or 4 years of experience, so even they also tell me the same thing that we want to work on the real world project. So one thing is that if you want to work in a real world project, you will get that experience in the project which you will be getting in your company only. And believe me, in that project you can never learn each and everything, because there you need to only work on that particular part of the logic which the requirement will come from your project manager or from your client. So you can't learn each and everything there. Now if you want to learn each and everything, then you need to create something on your own. Now someone directly, I mean, I remember that one person created a call on topmate with me, and then at that time also he was asking me that okay, I want to create real world projects, so you directly guide me. But believe me, that is again not possible. What I can basically do is that I can maybe ask you that okay, give me 10,000 or give me 20,000 rupees or something like this, and I will teach you how to create a real world project. But believe me, that is going to be completely wrong in that particular case. Because then I'm not going to teach you how to create a real world application. I'm basically going to teach you how to clone an existing application. And for that, you don't need to be a developer. You just need to be a person who is good at copy pasting. That's it. But as a developer, if you really want to grow, your focus should be on understanding the basics. And once you are clear with the basics, believe me, you can create each and everything as per the requirement. Because at the end, I mean, what will you do by creating a real world application of your own? There is no benefit of it just of creating a real world application just for the fun. Your main focus should be on understanding more and more concepts. And Java is very vast. The more time you will give to Java, the more things you will come to know. And the more things you will come to know, you will feel that okay, you don't know anything at all. Yes, because that's the case. It's like, I mean, you can say counting. So let's say when we were as a kid, So we thought, okay, counting is just simply like 0 to 9. But then we know that, okay, there is something like 10 to 100 also. Then we came to know that, okay, there is something like 101 to 1000 also. And then now you see, it's an infinite. No one knows what is the biggest possible number. And then we simply say that, okay, it is infinite. Same is with Java and Spring Boot also, guys. Okay, so Java and Spring Boot, these are the things which are still live, and there are so many concepts which we need to learn. Even I'm not the master of each and everything, and no one can claim to be master of Java at all. Yes, so I hope that point is clear now, and in the upcoming videos you are not going to tell me to create a real world project, because in our case we are already having our own Pakistan application, and for you guys the code is always available for free on GitHub. Now what you just needs to do is you need to decide a scenario on your own. So let's say in that same application, you will say that, okay, I want to send SMS. Try to implement the same functionality on your own. If you don't know how to implement, then wait for me that I will be creating a video on that particular thing in future also. So you can tell that thing that, okay, we want to know how to send SMS. But if you will just simply say that I want to create a real world application, things are not going to work. Because as you know, there is a very good proverb also, and that is Rome wasn't built in a day. Same is with the Java developers also. You can't become expert in a single day, or not even in your entire life. So forget that point that you want to become the expert. So now let's come to the next part. So besides these playlists and all these projects also, we started one more interesting thing, and that was daily interview shots. So I guess I made around 150 plus daily shots, and what I tried was that I will be releasing the video almost every day. So for first initial 100 days it was possible, and we were getting, I mean, good views also, and everything was going well. So for continuously 100 days I was able to create the interview questions. But then I found that, okay, it was becoming a little bit difficult. Another thing was that, okay, we were not able to justify the things. So I don't only wanted to make more and more videos, but what I wanted was to provide you more quality also. Hence I then decreased it a bit in future, and then almost I guess at 150 or 160 I left that particular thing. But believe me, in the next year, that is 2025, again the shots are going to come, and they are going to be even much more engaging with the code and almost all the concepts. But again, as I say, if you want to learn in detail any concept, shots is not the right way. Shorts is just a way that, okay, you will get a basic light of that particular thing or a basic overview of that particular thing. But if you want to learn anything in detail, you obviously need to watch the full-fledged videos. So what I'm planning is that I will be starting again with the lambda questions first of all, because the lambda and other Java 8 features are very very important. So I will try to start with those shorts, including the code also. But again, what you need to understand is, if you want to learn everything in detail, you need to watch already existing full-fledged videos. I will keep on providing those links in the comments as well as the description. So now let's come to the next interesting part. When we started this year, that is 2024, can you guess how many subscribers we were having at that point of time? If you wish, you can pause the video and tell me in the comments. Now let me tell you the correct answer. We were having only 700 subscribers on 3rd of January 2024. And on today's date, when we are finishing this year 2024, we are having more than 9,000 subscribers. And I can tell you that our growth is more than 1000%. I mean, believe me, it's really very, very interesting. And all the credit goes to you guys. So, it means that you, if you are following this channel, then believe me, you are on the right path. So in the past also, I have provided you many more videos free of cost with the high quality. And in the future also, I will keep on doing the same. We are going to cover each and every concept. So it's If you say about Spring REST, if you say about Spring microservices, there is a demand of Spring security also. Then people tell me about DevOps, people tell me about the Jenkins, people tell me about cloud deployment. Believe me, each and everything will keep coming on this channel. But the point is, it is going to be in a sequential phase. It can't happen that I will directly make a video of Spring microservices. Otherwise, what's the benefit of such a video which I will directly create? Because what happens is, in today's world, I'm not saying that you are going to find each and everything on my channel only. I never say that you only follow my channel for learning new things. I say that you can learn almost everything today for free from Google as well as YouTube. Almost each and everything is available for free. Okay, and that is one of the reasons I never ask you for money for such videos. The only thing which I ask you is for the support. And what extra you are getting on this channel is the complete exact sequence which you should be following. So if you will see, we basically started from advanced Java videos, because what I generally feel is that in order to learn the basics of Java, that you can learn on your own from any good college book which you have studied during your college or which you have studied during your initial learning days of Java. Once you have covered the basics of Java, then with the advanced Java topics, you can start with my channel. So first of all, you can finish it. Then you can learn that how to interact with the database without any of the frameworks and any other things, just with the help of JDBC. Then you can see that, okay, how to add more and more dependencies with the help of Maven. Then you can learn about Hibernate framework. Then you can learn about Spring, and for that, as I told you, we made Spring Basics with Spring Boot. Then we made Spring Data JPA, where our first focus was on learning the basics. Then the next focus was in order to interact with the database. Now the next series is going to be Spring REST, then microservices, and then so on. So that means you are on the right path. Now the only thing which you needs to do is you need to support a bit more, because even this is a small number. Because as you see, the more and more our community is going to grow, the more and more it is going to be interesting for us. I never say that asking question is wrong, or whatever I'm going to teach you is always going to be 100% correct. Even I am a human, so there are chances that I can make a mistake. But obviously the chances for that particular thing is going to be very very less, because whenever I'm creating a particular video for you, not only what I have gained in all my experience during these years, but beside that also, again, I'm going through the exact documentation, and from there I'm bringing the most important things for you. But still there can be a chance, so it's always good that you rectify the mistakes. You tell me that, okay Abhishek, this wasn't good, I mean there you made a mistake and something like this. So if you will point out, I will try to correct those mistakes in the future upcoming videos. So that was a point. Now, beside this, another interesting part. If you remember, in the starting of 2024, I said you that, okay, this year is again not going to be that much good in terms of the openings, in terms of you joining the IT industry. And same happened this year also. I mean, if we say, so this year wasn't that good, but still the IT industry was reviving. So at least there were much more openings than 2022 and 2023. Yeah. But still there was a belief that, okay, in order to join a good company, we need to be good in the DSA. But believe me, that's not a case. And what I wanted was, because most of the times you guys keep on asking me that, okay, Abhishek, you should be making the videos on DSA. Let me clarify the same thing today once more. I am not good in DSA at all. What I'm good is in Java and Spring Boot. DSA is not my cup of tea. And just to prove the same, what I did was I switched from a service based company to a product based company, that too without DSA. Now, if you will say me that, okay, Abhishek, you should be sharing more about your journey, already the video is available. The only different thing is that particular video is available in Hindi. So if you want me to recreate the same video in English, where I'm going to explain you my complete journey from a service based company to a product based company, from a person who was zero in Java to a person who knows at least something in Java. I'm not even going to claim that I'm the expert in Java, but at least something in Java. Then I can recreate that particular video in January 2025. But for that, you need to comment in the chats. So that is number one thing which you need to do. So besides Java and Spring Boot, on this channel, you saw that we were creating many other kind of videos also, basically related to the internships. Because as I said that again, this year was not good in terms of openings, but at least in that particular case, you can get at least some kind of internships. So in the mid of the year also, I tried to create a video for an internship which was coming from Infosys Spring Boot for all of you. And believe me, we got so many large amount of views on that particular video. But again, the point is most of you guys watched the video when the deadline of nominations was finished. And then you told me what is the next time we can go for it. So obviously the next time is going to be next year, that is 2025. But beside this, there is one more program which is coming from Infosys, and for that already I have created a video just few days ago. Currently that program is going on, and for that the existing deadline is 2nd January 2025. The only different thing is that program is only for the females. So if you are a female, then you should be watching that video, and at least you should nominate yourself, you should be commenting on that particular video, also you should be sharing with your friends. In case you are not a female like me, then obviously you will be saying that okay Abhishek, why the program is not for us. Believe me, I have even answered that particular thing in that video only, so I'm not going to repeat the answer here. But believe me guys, again and again these things will keep on coming. Okay, so maybe not this opportunity but any other opportunity, but for that you need to subscribe the channel on time, you need to watch the videos many times. So you know what happens is I create long videos for you guys in detail covering each and every part. Then you don't watch. What happens is I see after 1 hour the views are only like 5 views hardly. Then after one day it may reach something like 50 views, after 1 week 100 views, and that's it. But believe me, these videos take a lot more time for creating. The only thing what I want from you in return is just the views, just the subscribers, and just that you share with more and more friends so that we can grow our community. So with this, let's end this video as well as this year 2024. And again, I would like to tell you that I don't have any marketing team as such. Only you guys are my agents, or I can, in the better terms, I can say that you are my brand ambassadors. The more and more you are going to share these videos with your friends, the more and more you as well as others are going to subscribe, the more and more we are going to grow here, and I will be able to provide you free videos again for free of cost. I mean quality videos for free of cost here. But there is one more small thing left at the end of this video, and that is a token of gift for all of you. As you know, I'm also available on TopMate. There, I provide you the guidance related to your resume reviews. Beside this, there is something like a small session of one-to-one chat also, where you can ask me more about the career guidance. But the thing is, obviously, since it is one-to-one and it takes a lot more time also, so that is chargeable. But just for this particular time, I'm making it completely free. So for next 2 weeks, it is going to be completely free of cost. The only thing which you need to do is that you need to make usage of this particular coupon code which you are seeing on your screen. Now the thing is, slots are limited. So I'm not sure when you are watching this video at that point of time whether the slot is going to be available, or maybe someone has already utilized it or not. So that is completely up to you. But that will surely remind you that next time whenever I'm going to release a video, you should be watching it as early as possible. So if you wish, if you want me to review your resume, or you just want to ask any one-to-one question for 15 or 20 minutes, something like this, then you can just book a session on TopMate. But don't forget to make usage of this coupon code. Otherwise, you need to provide this money. And once you are making usage of this coupon code, let me tell you that it is going to charge you something like 10 rupees, and that is not going to come to me, but it is going to be the platform fees of TopMate. From my side, it is completely free of cost. So I hope that was a good deal. And with that, let's close this video as well as this year also. So I hope that this year is going to be much more interesting for you guys. Stay healthy, keep learning, keep supporting, and keep going. Let's enjoy this year. Happy New Year 2025. Thanks.